The highly anticipated sequel, Joker Folie Deux, generated significant buzz in the lead-up to its release, largely due to the success of its predecessor. However, despite the initial excitement, the film struggled to achieve the expected box office performance. Several factors contributed to this surprising outcome, ranging from changes in audience expectations to shifts in the cinematic landscape. In this analysis, we will explore 10 key reasons behind the box office failure of Joker Folie Deux, examining how industry dynamics, marketing strategies, and the film's reception played pivotal roles in its commercial performance. So the 10th reason behind the failure of Joker Folie Deux is Todd Phillips himself didn't think a Joker sequel was necessary. One reason Joker Folie Deux struggles to build on the first film's story may be its flawed concept. The original Joker had a satisfying, conclusive ending that didn't demand a sequel. Even Todd Phillips, shortly after its release, dismissed the idea of a follow-up, calling it an unlikely hypothetical. Yet, 5 years later, the sequel exists, perhaps hoping audiences would overlook Phillips' initial reluctance. This hesitancy seems to have resonated with viewers, contributing to the film's underwhelming box office performance. And the 9th reason behind Joker Folie Deux failure is it didn't use a lot of scenes from the trailer. The initial trailers for Joker Folie Deux were well received, assuring audiences they were in good hands for the sequel. This makes the film's flop surprising, as the trailers may have set expectations too high. Some key moments, like Joker and Harley Quinn's stair dance scene, were heavily featured in the marketing but missing from the final cut. The absence of such anticipated scenes, alongside other misleading shots, may have led to disappointment and a weaker opening day as word of the film's unfulfilled promises spread. And the 8th reason behind the failure of Joker Folie Deux is it doesn't take much inspiration from the comics. While both Joker and Joker Folie Deux are technically comic book movies, they stray far from their DC Comics roots. The first film had minimal ties to Gotham or Batman, and the sequel distances itself even more, almost ashamed of its superhero origins. Despite introducing Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn and a new Harvey Dent, the story is largely original and disconnected from the larger DC universe. If not for key names and the Joker himself, Folie Deux would barely qualify as a comic book movie. And the 7th reason behind its failure is Todd Phillips has no love for many Joker fans. The first Joker film sparked controversy due to its unusual fan base, particularly among self-identified incels who embraced the protagonist's outcast rage, leading to criticism of its perceived toxic following. In Joker Folie Deux, director Todd Phillips appears to subvert the expectations of these fans, portraying the character as increasingly powerless and holding those who idolized him in disdain. Despite his intentions, this narrative shift has generated negative feedback from audiences eager for a sequel, placing the film in the rare category of sequels, like The Matrix Resurrections, that seem to critique their own existence. And the 6th reason behind its failure is Joker's musical presence misses the mark. Since it was announced that Joker Folie Deux would be a musical, the film faced criticism for this genre shift. Musicals cater to a niche audience, and many fans of the original Joker may have resisted this change, given the stark contrast to the 2019 film's serious tone. Those who appreciate musicals found that Folie Deux missed the mark, as the show tunes serve more as stylistic interludes rather than integral to the plot. Additionally, critics have been lukewarm about Joaquin Phoenix's singing, while Lady Gaga appears to have toned down her vocal talent to fit the film's realistic approach. And the 5th reason is Joker Folie Deux ran out of Scorsese movies to copy. The first Joker film openly showcased its influences, drawing heavily from Martin Scorsese's work, particularly Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy. This connection was clear from the initial trailers, attracting an audience curious to see Todd Phillips' spin on Scorsese's cinematic themes. In contrast, Joker Folie Deux carved out its own path, moving away from those influences. However, Phillips' more original approach didn't seem to capture the same interest, especially among fans who respected the first film's homage to classic cinema. Without that foundation, the sequel struggled to find a clear direction, resulting in a weaker box office performance. And the fourth reason behind the failure of Joker Folie Deux is it was made for selfish reasons. Given the shaky foundation for a sequel and the risky shift into musical theatre, it's surprising Joker Folie Deux was made at all. While the first film cost around $60 million, the sequel's budget more than doubled, only to perform far worse at the box office. The film seems more like a vanity project for Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, with a quarter of the $200 million budget reportedly going to their salaries. Originally conceived as a Broadway play, it appears the filmmakers prioritized artistic accolades over commercial success. And the third reason behind Joker 2 failure is it doesn't expand much on the first movie. The appeal of any sequel is its potential to expand on the original, and Joker Folie Deux had numerous directions it could have taken, from further exploring Arthur Fleck's rise to introducing its version of Batman. Instead, it adds little to the 2019 film's narrative, simply lingering in the bleakness of Todd Phillips' Gotham without introducing new themes. Even the musical elements feel unoriginal, as Arthur's unreliable narrator status was already established. This lack of fresh ideas likely contributed to the film's lower box office performance. And the second reason behind its failure is it has an unsatisfying ending. A strong ending is crucial for any film, leaving a lasting impact on viewers. The 2019 Joker nailed this with Gotham on the brink of chaos, inspired by Arthur Fleck. In contrast, Joker Folie Deux left many disappointed with its abrupt and bleak conclusion. Arthur is unexpectedly killed by a minor Arkham inmate, who then carves a smile on his face. This twist undermines the character's appeal, especially for fans who saw Arthur as a symbol of power. The ending likely left audiences dissatisfied, dampening word-of-mouth recommendations for the sequel. And the last reason behind the failure of Joker Folie Deux is it didn't win any new fans over. Joker Folie Deux seems to show open disdain for the fans of the first film, making it unsurprising that their support is absent at the box office. The film struggles to attract new viewers, despite the strength of the Joker and Gotham as an IP. Todd Phillips' attempt to challenge the original's success feels unfocused, as the sequel lacks a clear thesis and target audience. Without a clear sense of who it's made for, the movie's financial struggles are inevitable. So, what did you think of this movie? Tell us in the comments section, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel.